What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber. As always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. I'd like to wish everybody out there happy Friday, and you know what that means. The Story Time with Stock Market Steve live stream starts tonight, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Everyone is invited to attend. Among one of the topics we're going to be talking about tonight is the Kada Scott story and all the information that came out this week. And speaking of Kada Scott, guys, we've been hit with a flood of information, and a lot of questions have been answered. But one question that hasn't been answered was, what was the motive, for her murder? Why would this guy right here at 21 years old, who only known Kada about a week to 10 days, suddenly take her life? Keon King is who I'm talking about. This girl had a lot going for her. Miss America hopeful. She was in pageants. She was a cheerleader, seemed like in some of the pictures. She had a good life. She was getting her grind on, moving forward one step at a time. Now she's gone. And a lot of people, are broken. And a lot of people are just left wondering why. Today, I think I got an idea, and this is just me, of one of two things that this was about. In my opinion, this was a statement killing, and I'll explain it in the commentary. But for now, take a look at the latest news so far.
We are getting more answers as investigators work to piece together what happened to 23-year-old Kada Scott. Good evening, everyone. I'm Yuki Washington. According to a spokesperson for the City Medical Examiner's Office, Kada Scott was killed by a gunshot wound to the head. Tonight, we've also learned a judge has revoked bail for the man accused of killing her. These developments come as the community works together to do what they can to lift the Scott family as best they can. CBS Philadelphia's Alicia Roberts continues our coverage.
Keon King was arraigned Thursday for the murder of Kada Scott. A magistrate revoked the 21-year-old's bail, who is now facing a capital murder charge. King did not enter a plea. Court records revealed Kada Scott left work upset the night of October 4th. Earlier that day, it's alleged she texted King, "Kidnap me again," with King responding, "You better be up to." Police have said they believe Scott was killed 20 minutes after she left work. The medical examiner listed her cause of death as a gunshot wound to the head. Arrest papers claim King and another individual are seen on camera moving a heavy object consistent with a human body in the area where a week and a half later, police would locate Kada Scott's decomposed remains. King is also facing charges for kidnapping and strangling another woman in January. Homicide detectives say they are still working to identify any potential accomplices for Keon King. This is a memorial for Kada continues to grow outside the school where her body was discovered. Meantime, the community is coming together to lift up the Scott family with donations, including food and gift cards, inside Councilmember Anthony Phillips' office along the 1500 block of Wadsworth Avenue. Veronica Blue is one of many compelled to help after hearing Kada's story.
Just felt like I know her spirit. So I wanted to come and donate and help this family.
Dozens of others, like Cecilia Scott from Mount Airy, are also answering the call.
I have a grandson about her age, and the fact that she was going to college, and it was so sad that we felt whatever we could do.
Organizers say they will be accepting donations through Friday afternoon, hopeful that small acts of kindness may comfort those who grieve. Alicia Roberts, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Okay, guys, that's the latest with all the information that was dropped this week. Now, I sat and I thought long and hard both last night and this morning about this situation of what would make this happen, especially with him not knowing her no more than a week or 10 days, according to reports and text messages, conversations. Now, I think, and this is just my opinion, everybody has an opinion. I think him killing this woman, like I said, was a statement killing. Now we'll go back to the beginning of what we know a little bit about his criminal past. This guy we already know is a drug dealer, so he's out in the street. He has access to women, clientele. This guy they announced yesterday a fourth kidnapping charge and an assault charge has happened with him involving another woman back in January. This is his MO. Now I want you to listen close to this. We already know that this guy is deceptive, ego driven, you know what I'm saying? And he's violent if need be. All of those cases that he did, I think people are looking at him the wrong way. People are looking at it like, you know, and I, for one, was one of the people that was going down that rabbit hole. We were looking at it as if this guy was just a domestic abuser and he likes girls. He when they refuse him, he beats them up or he stalks them and stuff like that. I think the stalking wasn't due to relationships. I think it was due to business. This guy right here, they said was the local street pharmacist or drug dealer, what have you, whatever term you want to use. A lot of times you give stuff on credit. People owe you. You know what I'm saying? And you got to have a reputation in the street, your ego and all this other stuff that you don't play about your money and other things. And stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? That might explain why the woman didn't go to court, besides the fear factor of testifying against him the first time where he was let out on $20,000 cash bond because other information didn't want to come out of why it really happened. I don't know. This is just me just honestly thinking about the case, y'all. Now, I think his MO is he see these girls, he might give them credit, whatever he's selling, weed or whatever, or he let them smoke. Get them to smoke with him and all this other stuff, and then come back and hit him like an inmate in prison when they setting you up for the kill. Hey, that wasn't free. You owe me this and that. Where's my money? When I get paid, this and that. I think, honestly, that right there might have played a role in the death of Kada Scott. This guy shot her in the head, not even 20 minutes in the car. He came to her job. Conversation all day was good, according to reports, like it wasn't nothing major. Until people said as Keon King was driving up there close to the job, all of a sudden, Kada Scott, they said they heard Kada Scott say, "You gonna argue with me now over this shit?" You know what I'm saying? Or something along that lines where the conversation turned a different direction. Now, it's an issue when he gets up there. She gets in the car, whether she left voluntarily with her or he pulled off. When she got in the car, she was with him. And to be honest with you, we don't know if anybody else was in that car. Because I'm thinking like, you know, this girl was a cheerleader. She's in shape. She going to struggle. She going to fight. How does guy take off and drive holding her in the car? I mean, it might be possible without help. That's another thing nobody talking about. But hear me out. I said this was a statement killing. He shot her in the head. That's a statement killing. That's a statement. I think it came down to two things of why Kada Scott is dead. People that do this type of stuff, right? It's either something you stole, or they think you stole, or something that you owe. Either something was stolen or something was owed, and that contributed to the death of Kada Scott. There are people running around here saying, "Oh, well, Kada was doing some, you know, sexual things with the guy." I don't think it's like that. I don't think it's like that at all. I honestly don't. Look at this. Look at the facts. Keon stole a car the night before, right? From a DoorDash delivery driver or some type of food delivery driver, right? Kept the car overnight. Next day, he goes and picks up Kada in this car. He wasn't in his normal car. He took this car and met Kada, right? So that right there lets me know he had a motive already. He argued, the argument ensued, right? Past drama was brought up before he got there. He shot her in the car or in the trunk, whatever. Statement, sending a statement, making a statement. Two people helped him dispose of the body. I said, honestly, I believe one of them was a girl. I honestly do. And I think the tipster was one of those two people that helped. They knew too much. Exact detail. Remember they said he was at a house that was right next with two women in it? And they said, oh, the women were investigated, but they was released after being questioned. He was close enough to where that house, then it was a place down here where the car was at, right there, within distance of him seeing, and then where Kada Scott was buried. That night she died, back and forth from the house to that spot. More than one person know. I think this guy right here was doing what he was doing, and he had some people that was around him that would either back what he was doing or, you know what I'm saying, knew what he was doing and knew if something ever happened, you know what I'm saying, they would have his back, which emboldened him. That's my honest opinion with this. You know what I'm saying? Somebody told where she was to the exact T. Oh, you looking in the wrong spot. What was you watching? From a distance? So let me tell you something. When criminals do real bad stuff, they watch the news to make sure if somebody's catching up close to them, catching up on them. Once they showed his car, he had no choice but to turn himself in. Everybody know the car. But I think, honestly, I don't think it was anything sexual. I mean, we all may be wrong. I don't think it was anything sexual at all. I think it was he set her up using his MO, letting her smoke something or have something, or they was somewhere, something was stolen. She might have been the newest person. These people wouldn't take from me. She did. I'm going to get her. Because if you look at the other situation where he would kidnap and choke the chicks, it was nothing never sexual. And he attacked that one girl when he looking in the mirror, in the window, where he walked up to the house and was trying to get in the house, like on some maniac stalker stuff, like nothing can stop me. So while there was two people in the house, he came up and still took her with another person there. Put her in the car with his 2-year-old son and assaulted her. Something owed or something stole. That's my opinion. And that's what I think the motive was. Leave me a comment, man. Tell me if y'all agree or disagree. Maybe I missed something. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Oh yeah, another thing too, before I get out of here. I hope these detectives, because I think what I'm saying is true, they're checking to see what days she got paid. If there was a pay week. I think that might be big. You understand what I'm saying? Her phone was destroyed. That phone records stuff, I think may be big too. You know what I'm saying? Because if you really look at it, right? She went out on a date, right? He might have heard about it. She might have owed him money, right? Was it a pay week for him to come up to her job? You know what I'm saying? And bring something up. Another thing is this. Kada had men in her family. Right? You seen them on TV and stuff like this. Kada seemed like she had sense. This guy tried his MO where he gonna threaten people with his voice and all this other stuff. And I think, honestly, Kada was smarter than that, and she knew that wasn't going to fly because she had men that'll back her and her family that care about her, and she didn't think he'd go as far as he went. Maybe he threatened her in the car, they got into it, and you going to do this, or you going to pay me, or you going to... I ain't doing nothing because she knows she got people in her family. And his normal MO and his scary tactics didn't work, and he said, you know what, fuck this. And then he pulled out, he drew out on her and took her out. Either way, man, this whole thing is horrific. What makes this heartbreaking, if you pay attention, a lot of people see Kada Scott in either children they have or relatives they have. And I think that's why this story, one of the reasons why this story is making big press. You know, Kada Scott, according to, you know, the way they show her on the media and stuff, doing her thing and stuff, that's inspirational to a lot of women. And, you know, maybe this will turn into a rallying cry and something to be done nationally. You would hope. See you in the next video. Take care.